Bruce Banner has been living in quiet isolation, trying to manage the balance between himself and the Hulk. Years of running from governments and enemies have left him tired, but he has found some peace working as a scientist under a false identity. Yet deep down, he knows this peace is fragile, as the world still sees the Hulk as a weapon. His nights are haunted by dreams where the Hulk causes destruction he can't control. One day, Banner is tracked down by a mysterious group who claim they don't want to capture him, but to warn him. They explain that remnants of the old military experiments that created the abomination have been stolen. Someone is trying to replicate the serum, and if successful, it could create something far worse. Bruce listens, hesitant, but he knows too well what happens when dangerous people play with gamma radiation. Reluctantly, Banner begins investigating, only to realize the threat is much larger than he expected. A secret organization has been testing enhanced soldiers with fragments of his blood they acquired years ago. Each failed experiment left chaos, but now they are close to stabilizing a subject strong enough to rival the Hulk. Banner feels guilty, as his past mistakes are once again threatening innocent lives. Meanwhile, Bruce is approached by Betty Ross, who has been working on her own research. She tells him that the world doesn't just fear Hulk anymore. It is preparing for him. Governments have started building contingency plans, including advanced weapons capable of hurting him. She pleads with him to trust her and work together, but Bruce struggles with his instinct to run. His fear of losing control keeps him distant. The experiments finally succeed, creating a monstrous figure known as the Titan, a being who can harness gamma radiation more efficiently than the Hulk. Unlike Banner, Titan has no human conscience to balance his power. He is rage without restraint. When Titan escapes the facility, destruction follows, leaving cities in ruins. The world immediately blames the Hulk, unaware that another creature is responsible. Bruce realizes he cannot hide anymore. As the Hulk, he confronts Titan for the first time, and their battle shakes the earth. At first, Hulk fights with brute force, but Titan is not only stronger, he is smarter. Banner is thrown into a crisis, realizing that brute strength alone won't save anyone this time. He needs to find a way to outthink his enemy, not just overpower him. The clash leaves Hulk severely injured, something Banner hasn't experienced in years. For the first time, he questions whether the Hulk is truly indestructible. Betty tends to him, reminding him that he has always been more than his rage. She urges him to embrace his intelligence as much as his strength. Slowly, Bruce begins to see that he must stop treating Hulk as a curse and instead learn to fight with both sides of himself united. While recovering, Banner uncovers that Titan's creation wasn't accidental. The organization behind it wanted to prove Hulk could be replaced, and Titan was designed to be a weapon for them to control. But Titan has grown beyond their command, and now he is turning against them as well. Banner knows that if Titan isn't stopped soon, humanity will pay the ultimate price. The Hulk's second battle with Titan takes place in a devastated city. This time, Banner fights with more strategy, using Hulk's strength while guiding it with his intellect. He tries to lure Titan into traps and weak spots, showing a level of control over Hulk he has never displayed before. Yet, even with his newfound unity, Titan is relentless, and the fight becomes a brutal test of endurance. During the battle, Hulk sees reflections of himself in Titan. Both were created from pain, both shaped by experiments gone wrong. But where Banner had people like Betty to remind him of his humanity, Titan had no one. This realization shakes Banner deeply, as he realizes Titan is what he could have become if he had fully surrendered to rage. In a desperate attempt to stop Titan, Banner makes the risky decision to push Hulk beyond his limits. The transformation becomes unstable, his body almost breaking apart under the strain. For a moment, it seems Hulk might destroy himself along with Titan, but Banner's mind anchors the beast. He channels his anger into controlled bursts, finding the balance he has long searched for. The final confrontation ends with Hulk defeating Titan not by killing him, but by subduing him and stripping away the energy that keeps him alive. Titan collapses, reverting to a broken man twisted by the experiments. Banner spares his life, knowing that ending him would mean fully embracing the monster within. For once, Hulk shows mercy, proving that he is more than destruction. After the fight, the world finally learns the truth, that Hulk was not the cause of the devastation but the one who prevented worse destruction. Still, fear lingers, and many remain uncertain if Hulk is a hero or a threat. Banner doesn't expect gratitude, but he does see a shift in how people look at him. For the first time, he isn't just running, he is standing tall as both Bruce and Hulk. In the aftermath, Betty tells Bruce that the world needs him, not just as Hulk, but as the brilliant scientist who can guide humanity away from repeating mistakes. Banner agrees to step into the light, no longer hiding in the shadows. He vows to continue searching for ways to help people, even if it means living with the Hulk forever. But peace never lasts. In a final scene, a secret council discusses the Hulk and Titans battle. They speak of the potential of gamma energy, hinting that more experiments are already in progress. Among them sits a familiar face, Samuel Stearns, also known as the leader, who has been quietly manipulating events from behind the curtain. His mind has grown even more dangerous since his last encounter with Banner. Bruce begins to suspect that Titan was only a distraction. The signs point to larger plans in motion, with Stearns pulling the strings. This realization unsettles him, because if someone with Stearns' intellect harnesses gamma power, it won't just be a physical battle but a war of minds. Banner knows the next enemy may be one he cannot simply smash. Meanwhile, the government starts putting pressure on Bruce, demanding accountability for the destruction caused in Titan's wake. Some believe Hulk saved lives, while others argue he attracted the chaos. Banner faces the uncomfortable truth that his existence will always bring both hope and fear. This conflict leaves him questioning whether the world will ever truly accept him. Betty reassures him that acceptance doesn't matter as much as purpose. She tells him that the choice to keep fighting for people, even those who fear him, is what makes him a hero. Her words plant a seed of resolve in Bruce, who begins to realize that his destiny is bigger than just survival. It's about responsibility and choosing to fight for those who can't protect themselves. Bruce and Hulk begin training together in a way that blends science and rage. Banner designs technology to measure his transformations, while Hulk learns to adapt in combat using Banner's intellect as guidance. This new approach strengthens their bond, making them more synchronized than ever before. It marks the beginning of Hulk's evolution from monster to true protector. As Bruce looks to the horizon, he feels a sense of uneasy calm. He knows this victory is temporary and greater battles await. Yet, for the first time, he isn't afraid of who he is. He accepts that Hulk is not his curse but his other half. Together, they are stronger, not just a monster but a protector the world will one day understand. Betty walks beside him, and Banner finally allows himself a small smile. Though the path ahead is uncertain, he no longer carries the burden alone. With allies by his side and a clearer sense of purpose, Bruce Banner embraces the man and the monster. The Incredible Hulk is ready for whatever comes next.